What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weer, and today we are talking about the new horror movie, The Menu. Now, The Menu is a movie about high society people paying a high price for high quality food.
That's what I call high quality H2O.
Let's do the review.
Get out of my way.
It's all part of the menu.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna die today.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And so, guys, The Menu is directed by Mark Mylod. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure. But it stars Ralph Fiennes as the head chef of a restaurant that gives you more than just food. It gives you an experience. The movie also stars Anya Taylor-Joy, who has become one of my favorite people to pop up in horror movies in the last 10 years. And honestly, between her and Mia Goth, I feel like horror is very secure right now. The movie also stars John Leguizamo, and John Leguizamo pops up in movies like Assault on Precinct 13 and the John Wick movies, where he does a good job being like a side character, a B character, but it's a memorable performance that he gives. And he does the same thing in this movie. And then finally, the movie has Nicholas Hoult in it, and I feel like Nicholas Hoult was very big and popular in the early 2010s. Like, he was in the X-Men movies as Beast, and then he was also in that Jack the Giant Killer, and then I don't remember hearing or seeing him again. So maybe he's been in other things that I haven't seen, but I don't remember him from anything. But it was cool seeing him in this movie. And I thought the movie was going to center around him, the way the movie was framed in the trailers, and also how the movie starts, but it's not. And that leads us to the synopsis of this movie. So The Menu, like I said before, is about an experience for people who want to pay a very high price for more than just food. And while it is food that they are served and very high quality food, it's an experience that they receive. At one point, they explain that throughout the night, there's going to be a theme. And you'll never be able to guess the theme. The theme will come at the end of this dinner party. So on the one side of the restaurant, you have all of the patrons. You have the people who've paid this price. They're sitting at their tables waiting to be served. And on the other side of this restaurant, you have Ralph Fiennes, the head chef, and about 15 to 20 cooks, and also security guards, which should have been a red flag for the people who were showing up to eat, that there were all these security guards around, but it wasn't. And so the horror movie progresses. So the night starts pretty normal with people getting served a dish with a story from Ralph Fiennes, but as the night goes on, things get a little more weird, a little creepier, until people start dying. And I don't really want to spoil things because I feel like that's everything the commercials have given us. So if that tantalizes you and makes you want to go see this movie, well, then go see the movie, because that's what I got from the previews and I enjoyed this movie thoroughly. So I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. That's all I can give you. Let's get to my likes and my dislikes. So getting into my likes for this movie, of course, I enjoyed all the performances given by the people I've already previously mentioned. I think all of them did a great job. In fact, anyone in this movie that had a substantial role did a great job portraying the character they were playing. And so I give this movie props for all of the actors in this movie doing a great job conveying the story to me, the viewer. The next thing I like about this movie is the plot, but more so than the plot, I liked how this movie was able to keep me interested, because the plot of this movie is good, but it makes the right turns and twists throughout the storytelling so that I wasn't able to predict it as the movie went along. And in doing so, it kept me interested. I didn't check my watch even once. And yeah, Ralph Fiennes talking about food, seeing He Who Shall Not Be Named. I almost said it. I'm gonna say it. It's Voldemort.
We do not speak his name.
I said it. But listen, seeing him talk about food was awesome. And just hearing about his experiences in life and his mother over in the corner the whole time, it was creepy. But it was so intriguing, and I loved that. And then you get to the horror gore aspect of this movie, and I don't think it was overdone, which is something that can be done in movies these days, where you're going full one way and then they just break and they're like, the rest of this movie is going to be about the gore, it's going to be about the horror. But they didn't do that. They mixed it up quite a bit, where there is a little bit of horror, a little bit of gore, but they kept it so intriguing that it never overshadowed the overall plot to this movie. And then you get to the end of this movie, and that's where my dislike is, because there are some choices made by some of the wait staff that I don't understand. Like, I completely understood Ralph Fiennes at the end of this movie. I completely understood what he was going for and why he was doing what he was doing. But why his wait staff was doing it is what was intriguing to me. Like, you only really get one more character in this movie that gives any exposition, and you understand where that character is coming from on that side of the room. But everybody else in that kitchen, it's kind of weird that they're making the choices they're making. And then on the other side of the room, I've listed the 4 or 5 actors and actresses I think that did a really good job, but then you get everyone else in that restaurant and you kind of wonder where their motivation or lack of motivation, without trying to ruin anything, comes from at the very end of this movie. Like, there's something that happens that's pretty crazy at the end of this movie, and the fact that they just kind of let it happen without putting up any sort of a struggle or a fight is weird to me. It just didn't make a lot of sense. For a group of people that was sort of struggling the entire time to not struggle at the end, and then a group of people that made choices that, again, weren't really explained to the viewer, that's where the movie sort of lost me. And so I liked this movie a lot. I want to say I loved it. There are aspects I really did love, and I would like to watch this again, but that ending still a day later after seeing this movie leaves me wondering why characters made choices. I feel like we didn't get enough from some of these characters. But all of that said, there was good acting all around. It was a good plot. It kept me intrigued the entire time. And whether or not the ending was the best ending it could have been doesn't really matter, because I enjoyed myself. I had a fun time, and I would recommend this movie to people. So The Menu. That's my review. Those are my thoughts. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to share this review with your friends, make sure you do that by hitting the share button. If you've seen The Menu and you want to put your thoughts and your comments in the comment section down below about this movie, well, let me know, because I love talking to you guys about it. And finally, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that, because I got a lot of content coming your way, like Christmas stuff, pretty soon. Pretty soon there'll be more Christmas content on my channel, I promise. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.